Hey Ryan, how's it going, man?
What's going on, JR? Thanks for having me on.
Yep, no problem, man. Well, you know that the playoffs are coming around this weekend. Who's your Super Bowl pick? Who are you taking?
It's been a really good 2010 season. We found out that the NFC was deeper than we all thought. The AFC, of course, brought it, with the household names like the Steelers, the Ravens, the Patriots, of course. But if I had to pick one out of the bunch, I hate to sound like I'm jumping on the bandwagon, but I'm going to have to go with the Patriots. They have the best record in the league at 14-2. They haven't lost a game since week 9 all the way back on November 7th, and they're basically unbeatable at home. All teams in the AFC have to go through New England at Gillette Stadium. The top teams in the AFC, other than the Patriots, the Ravens, the Steelers, they've all fallen to the Patriots. And if there was going to be a surprise team out of those two teams, I think that between the Steelers and the Ravens would have the better shot at taking the Patriots in Gillette Stadium because they did that last year.
Right.
But except for that, I see the Steelers taking it all the way to Dallas and winning the Super Bowl against the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, that's obviously not a bad pick going with the Patriots or maybe the Steelers. But for me, I'd have to say, I mean, I know I sound biased, but I'd have to go with my Ravens. One is because Ed Reed actually missed a third of the season. He only played 10 games, missed 6 games. He actually led the league in interceptions. Been banged up all season. I know he'll be ready for this game because he actually was seriously considering retiring this season, but decided to get it out. So this is pretty much his last chance. So Ray Lewis is there still. He'll be making sure that all our players and defense will be stepping it up because that's the thing. For the Ravens anyway, our problem is our defense. They're kind of shaky. We get up on teams. In the fourth quarter, we tend to give it away. We're pretty much always ahead in the fourth quarter. Every team that played all season long, including the Patriots. We lost to them by 3. We were up in the fourth quarter. We beat the Jets. We beat the Steelers. We were beating the Steelers in the fourth quarter. They came back and beat us. So, I mean, pretty much the Ravens have everything that you need. And as far as the playoffs, they're going to step it up. And I know for sure because Ed Reed, this is his last season to get a championship. Ray Lewis will be there. So the defense will step it up. Our offense is always there. So that's my pick, the Ravens. And since I sound biased, I want to go ahead and say if it's not the Ravens, I'd have to say, just like you said, the Patriots. It only makes sense. Tom Brady actually got his quarterback rating at 111 to finish off the season, which is unheard of.
Only 111. The guy's nubby.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, well, moving on along, let's touch on one more topic. The NBA. The Lakers actually are having a shaky season so far. The Heat did as well, but now they're catching fire. So, once again, the question comes up. Who do you think is the better player? Who would you take, LeBron James or Kobe Bryant? Who's better?
All right, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a huge fan of either player. If I had to favor one, or if I had to start a franchise, I'm going with Kobe.
Right.
Kobe has shown time and time again that he knows how to mesh with players that are subpar to him. He knows how to play the team game. He knows when he needs to give up the ball. But if I had to take one player over the other right now, I'm gonna have to go with LeBron James. And as far as scoring goes, Kobe's a little bit over 25 points, and LeBron is just a hair over 24 with 24.8 points a game. But I think that LeBron has learned to share the ball, and obviously with a running mate such as Dwayne Wade and sharing the floor with Chris Bosh, he's learned how to distribute the ball, to play away from the ball a lot more. And I think Kobe Bryant, he's been scoring more because he has to. Kobe Bryant last year, he could get away with 15 points, but the Lakers would blow out teams by 30, 40 points. And I think this year, the Lakers are finding a little bit, they're finding themselves in a hole. I don't know if it's a championship slump. Some players feeling entitled. So Kobe's having to pick it up some more. And when Kobe has to play harder than he necessarily needs to, I think his game slips just a little bit, and it shows. He gets frustrated. And I think that the Heat have gone through a rough stretch, and they got through it together. Not saying that I'm cheering for the Heat, but I gotta be objective. So right now, I gotta take LeBron.
Right, makes sense. I mean, LeBron does, like I said, in our radio segment, he does average more points, rebounds, assists, steals. Well, last year and the year before than Kobe Bryant. This year, just a little bit under in points, but still averaging more rebounds, assists, and steals, blocks, field goal percentage, whatever it is, you name it. He's actually in the Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade there, averaging more points, rebounds, assists, everything that Dwayne Wade also. Extraordinary player. And actually, it's kind of weird. I kind of felt shaky with this question because it's weird because the Lakers are not playing that well right now. I would think that Kobe would actually get his players to wake up by now. That's the reason why I always say that Kobe's better is because his leadership. But right now, it's not looking too well. But I'd still have to hands down say Kobe because of the simple fact that Kobe pretty much does what it takes to win. Right now, it's the regular season. All Laker fans know that regular season doesn't really mean too much to us. Come playoff time, we're a whole different team. But to add to that, LeBron James, actually, I think that his game, which I love like crazy, he does everything, like I said, he's an unselfish player. But his game, I think that he relies so much on his athleticism. Like he basically gets the ball and it's either get out the way or give a pick and, he just goes full force at the basket, or he might just start getting streaky, launching threes or whatever. But I don't think that his game is as complete as Kobe. Kobe can give you the post game. He'll give you the mid-range game. He can shoot the three as well. He can come off picks and screens and runs off screens. LeBron, he doesn't even really run off screens anymore, especially with the Heat. It's basically he gets the ball, he does his thing, or Wade gets the ball, he does his thing. So basically, when it comes down to crunch time, what really matters, the reason why I would take Kobe in the playoffs, let's say the playoffs, fourth quarter, or Game 7. Like last year, the Celtics, whoever, they know how LeBron plays. They know what he likes to do. They'll take it away, and he doesn't really have much else to go to. They'll take away his drive, zone him up. They'll play zone defense. They'll double team or whatever it is, take him out of his game. Whereas Kobe, he can actually, like I said, he can shoot the three. He can blow by one defender. If someone's waiting right there, in the zone, he can pull up and shoot the mid-range jumper, which LeBron doesn't really have. He can do. You can put Kobe down in the box, get him in the post, force double teams that way. Whereas LeBron is more just pretty much freelancing. But since he's such an extraordinary athlete, he still gets his way. But once a team comes down to it and punches down to his driving and whatever it is that he does to score, he's pretty much, it's almost like there's really nothing else he can do.
I think your team play also reflects your individual play. And I think the Lakers need to pick it up a bit because last year in the first round they met up with the Oklahoma Thunder and they took them to a Game 6 that no one thought they'd be going to. And I think that it's important for the Lakers to get at least the number 2 seed in the West because, I think with the way that the Celtics are playing, the way that they're, they have a really deep roster, I feel that the Lakers need to have some home court advantage to make sure that they get to that next level because they've been there before and they can do it again. However, you need to do yourself a favor and get yourself into the position to win. And I think that Kobe will seal his legacy if he's able to pick up his team and get that at least a second seed. As long as they can have home court for at least the first 2 rounds in their conference, I think they'll have a great chance. And I think that'll put Kobe over. I mean, Like you said, you asked me who's a better player right now. Right now, it's LeBron. Overall, no doubt, it's Kobe.
Right.
That's my opinion.
Sure, yeah. You are right. The Lakers do have to up their game right now because the playoff picture is coming close. We're almost halfway there, and we cannot be like a 3rd or 4th, 5th seed or whatever. But also, I wanted to say that I said earlier that I kind of question Kobe's leadership because right now we've been losing games to some mediocre teams, getting blown out by them too, which is weird because usually I say that Kobe's better because of his leadership and stuff. He, like in the Olympics, he's the first on the bus, last to leave. Whereas LeBron is more so of a guy who just doesn't seem to take things so serious. He's such an incredible athlete that maybe he doesn't have to, but if he does, it's crazy to see how how great he would be. But he's always dancing and just having a good time, laughing, which is cool. But that's what separates him from Kobe. Kobe is all about winning, all about the chip, and that's all that matters. Whereas LeBron seems to have more fun, which is cool. But again, that's what separates them.
I get what you're saying. LeBron, he's hanging out with Jay-Z,
right?
And Kobe's going home to his wife and his kids,
right? Yeah, in the Knicks game, LeBron was actually talking to Spike Lee in the first quarter. I'm like, come on, there's a game, There's a game to play. At least do that at the end when the game is over, Whereas in the playoffs last year, Spike Lee was all in Kobe's ear, and he paid him no mind at all. Didn't even acknowledge him. Where are you really focused on? Is it to play good and win, or just championship? Not necessarily winning, but when it comes to playoffs, it's straight up championship. Turn it up a notch, get your team playing at the level that you are, and take it home. So I mean, I'd always go with Kobe.
Right, yeah, and he's got 5 reasons.
Right, exactly.